Good afternoon, happy Friday, and welcome back to DR Sports for another edition of the Game Day preview show. Myself and man like Flex in the studio from United View. How are you doing, fella? It's good to see you, man.
Yes, good. Just just going through the motions, waiting for the season to end. Weather's getting a bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the football isn't, unfortunately. And that's why you had to go to Ajax to see some decent football.
100%. Go see. Try before you buy.
Yeah.
Well, we've already bought him, but great. Do you know what? Just big up everyone on that. Fantastic. Some people don't get why you would even do that, but it just shows you if you want to see.
Guys, if you want to see United fans, especially watching this, if you want to see that raw, emotive footage from outside the Johan Cruyff Arena when they won the other night against Heerenveen, head over to the United View. There's
good
flares going on in the background. Honestly, it's if you're a United fan and you've still got a couple of question marks over Ten Hag, watch that. Obviously, I'm hoping that he's back at Ajax in a year. But anyway, big up to everyone in the comments already. We are going to preview the FA Cup final, these two teams to my right, and then, of course, all the Premier League games that start on Sunday. So this week on DR Sports, it's the Sunday football show of myself and Matty Renton, normally Saturday, but obviously Sunday. And then we've also got games Monday and Tuesday as well. Cairo, LFC, big up Alex and Flex. KG was funny, Flex, says Ali A. Everton to go down, says Flash. Well, I can't say anything about that. Big up Flex, says I'm Wee Todded. Big up Flex and my guy AGT. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Of course, we are live, so let's get stuck into this one, Flex.
Yes.
Now, you're a team that's used to, or was used to playing in FA Cup finals. It's the second time that Liverpool have played Chelsea in an FA Cup final. We actually played them 10 years ago, almost to the day. Chelsea did win that one 2-1 thanks to Ramirez and Drogba. This will be Chelsea's 16th appearance in the competition. Liverpool have had 15, and they're the third and fourth most occasions of all sides behind Man United with 20 and Arsenal with 21. Obviously, they've won it the most times out of anyone. Chelsea are also the first side to qualify for 3 consecutive FA Cup finals since Arsenal. Do you remember that period? Back in 2001, we beat them in that one, and 2002-03 as well. And obviously, they've lost Chelsea. Have lost to Arsenal and Leicester in the last 2 FA Cup finals, so they're hoping to avoid becoming the first team since Newcastle. Sorry, Matty, to lose 3 in a row in the 90s, and obviously you were punishing them in the finals as well. Interesting, this one. Liverpool, Klopp, Chelsea, Tuchel, both German. The FA Cup final will see the first time that 2 German managers go head-to-head. Very interesting indeed. That's setting the scene. Obviously, it kicks off at 4:45 tomorrow at Wembley. Any Liverpool fans who are going to that game, I'll be hosting Box Park Wembley beforehand. So if you fancy a nice little sing-song, come and meet us there. But Flex, from your point of view in this game, how tight is it going to be? Or is it going to be tight?
Yeah, no, it will be tight. Yeah, it will be tight. It's Chelsea in the big games.
They lost the last 4 finals at Wembley, though, bro.
That's what I was going to say. Chelsea in the big games recently have let themselves down. I think back to the most recent one in terms of final was the Carabao Cup final between you two.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, they played really well. Mason Mount was missing chances. He hit the post. He was clean through. They should have, with the chances they had, they should have been out of sight, and they weren't. And obviously in penalties, it's a lottery, innit? And even the penalties were all really good, and it went through to the keepers. That was just the fine margin.
Beautiful.
I bet it was for you. I bet it was for you. Wow. I just feel that Liverpool
legit
just edging it.
Is this 90 or 120 that we're talking about? Because listen, I think it's going to be a tight game, but I would say Liverpool just over either 90 or 120.
Yeah, I think it'll be in 90. I think it'll be in 90, whichever way, but very tight. I don't know. I just feel like Liverpool just got that gear. They got that bit of momentum now. Don't get me wrong. They that draw to Tottenham looks like it
wasn't great.
It's done, yeah. But you never know. But I just feel like they're just there and the momentum's building. Chelsea though, they haven't been playing great. I mean, the Leeds game aside, they haven't been playing amazing football
for a while now.
For a hot minute, almost since I don't think they ever truly recovered from the Real Madrid exit.
Yeah, and since the news of the takeover as well.
The news of the takeover, and even away from that, some people have argued that Tuchel's he's lucky that all these things are going on.
Before.
He's getting a rub of the green.
If Abramovich was there,
he wouldn't be happy. I mean, for Chelsea, they got to the quarter-finals. in a commanding position, got thrown out of that. Carabao Cup chances to win it.
Champions.
Didn't win it. Reigning champions, obviously, in the Champions League. Nowhere near anything like a title challenge or gate crash in the top two, which, don't get me wrong, I understand is really hard. But, you know, with a manager who just won a Champions League, a lot of people were tipping Chelsea to push, you know. They fell well short of that. Obviously, Chelsea fans within their rights to say, have you seen what's gone on this year and that? But it's still a 250 million odd strike force, you know. That Tuchel's not managed to get a tune out. The only thing I think that's saving Tuchel is that he can turn around and say, these aren't my guys. Do you know what I mean? I know Lukaku came on his watch. I just felt like he wasn't even in real control of that. Nah. You know, Pulisic was already there, Ziyech was already there, Havertz was already there, Timo Werner was already there, and you might argue those are the German lads. He's got a tune out of Havertz, to be fair to him. And Timo Werner started turning up a little bit, but he hasn't. The front line's not clicking, you know. So yeah, he just gets a little bit of criticism there, but I just feel that Liverpool.
No Fabinho for Liverpool.
That's big. I mean, look, as a Liverpool
for the
fan,
Champions League final,
how big is that in this game? Do you care much? Is it?
Bro, I couldn't care more. Yeah. Honestly, this guy is so crucial to Liverpool's team. In fact, I would say he's our most important player, genuinely, because when you go to the game and you watch him, I mean, it doesn't always get picked up on the highlights or on the TV, but the work he does, he rarely has a bad game for Liverpool. If you ask Van Dijk and Matip which one player in world football would you want protecting them, it's him. The way he passes the ball, he's actually scored a few goals this year, Flex, important ones as well, maybe 6 or 7.
He's important to the way you play as well, isn't it?
Oh, he starts everything off. Yeah. He's the guy that sees Trent making that run. Everyone sees the Trent pass in the box, but he's the guy giving it. He's the pre-assist guy. This is what I was chatting to Robbie about. Keita will start that game, but for me, having Jordan Henderson as a 6 over Fabinho, a little bit of a question mark will be raised there. Obviously, Thiago is a baller, Henderson is, but I think Henderson works a little bit better on that right central position where he can cover Trent when he's going forward. So Liverpool fans, in the comments, let us know. No Fabinho around, but in Klopp's press conference today, he did say that Fabinho is definitely back for the Champions League final.
Yeah, so that's obviously the bigger game.
That's where you'd want Fabinho more, I'd say. Even though I'd love him there tomorrow.
I just, you know, obviously the Man United fan in me just, you know, I just want the only thing you win this year to be the Carabao Cup.
All right.
Insane.
No, that's cool. We'll get on to you in a minute. Yeah, don't worry about it. I disagree, Alex. Hendo plays well at the 6. Liverpool are in for the Cups now, says Dan L. Come on, City. Let's finish it off, says Jack Lee. So score prediction for the FA Cup final?
I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1.
Hope I'm wrong, but yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it will be a 2-goal difference, but I do think they could score.
Come on, Chelsea, man. Just show up. Just do something.
Why? It's got to a sad point in your life when you really want Chelsea to win.
Yeah, over Liverpool.
I mean, they're catching you up in terms of trophies now, boy. Yeah. Right, let's move on to the Premier League. As we say, so many games there. Tottenham versus Burnley. This is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham are unbeaten.
They can't be Spursy now, bro. The pressure.
Well, this is the thing,
right? They can't be Spursy now.
We're with Expressions just there, and he said even though they won last night, he still expects Arsenal to get into the top 4, which I think a lot of people do because the points are on the board.
Yeah.
However, it would be very Spurs to win that game against Arsenal and then lose this 1-0.
Massively. I actually think they will win it. I think they'll beat Burnley, but it is the most Spurs-like thing to happen, 100%. I think the momentum that they've got, though, and the way in which that game was played out, you know, Arsenal fans are still probably crying about. I'm hearing Tierney's name more than Rob Holding, which I think is insane.
Wow, yeah.
They'll all come in the comments now and, we were this, we were that, playing the victims. It's still in their hands. My prediction was that they would lose against Spurs and still go on to win the top 4 race, which I still think is in their hands, obviously. But I just feel that momentum shift, especially with Tottenham playing first, you know, and Arsenal going away, which I know we're talking about. Exactly. You want to get the points on the board, and they're buying into Conte. And Conte's a bit of a momentum manager, like the big occasions, the big moments. And I think they handled their emotions better than Arsenal yesterday, which is why they won the game for me. It wasn't because of the referee. It was because one set of players handled their emotions better than the other for me. But it's still in Arsenal's hands. But Tottenham, I believe they put the pressure on Arsenal by beating Burnley. I do. I think they get it done.
Some interesting stats here. Tottenham have played more Premier League games on a Sunday than any other team. 318. But they've also lost more games on this day than any other side. So that could be a stat that Burnley might lean upon. Burnley, don't forget, Mike Jackson at Burnley just won Manager of the Month.
Yeah. But he has done well since he's gone in
comeback
there.
from Michael Jackson.
Crazy.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Aston Villa Palace then. We called this game earlier on the prediction show. We said this is slightly a beach game.
Proper.
You might as well turn up in flip-flops.
Yeah.
On this one. Palace have won just one of their last 9 away games at Aston Villa, losing 5 of them, drawing 3. Last win there almost 10 years ago, and they've now lost 6 of their last 7 Premier League games on a Sunday, including each of the last 4 in a row.
Jeez.
I mean, not much to play for both of these teams, but do you think... I mean, this Gerard Vieira, that's a nice little manager head-to-head. But do you think this game has got a draw written all over it?
It does, by what you just said.
Yeah.
And, you know, the position the two teams are in and the time of the year that it is in the season. With Aston Villa, I've been a bit disappointed at Gerard, if I'm honest. Obviously, I'm not saying like he shouldn't be there or anything. You know, he's got to get a summer. He's had January. He's got to have a pre-season, so that's fine. But they've just been a bit inconsistent. On their day, they can do all right and give you big problems. Other times, they let themselves down massively. But, you know, you give him the benefit of the doubt. He's at a new team. He's got some good players there.
Yep.
Some not so good players there that I think he will
Coutinho
look
just
at.
signed.
They've just signed Coutinho.
Can I just say as well, Flex, have you ever seen a piece of football business as bad as the Felipe Coutinho saga, from going to Barca for 142 million, fast forward 3 years, and he's now, with all due respect to Aston Villa, but for 20 mil. That's got to be one of the worst bits of business I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it just shows the drop off of the player at that level. They obviously saw him at that level when he went from Liverpool to Barca, that he was going to hit the heights. Went on loan to Bayern. Again, didn't do amazingly well. And then came back,
won
didn't
the Champions
do amazingly
League.
well. Yeah, weird
and
though,
scored
isn't it?
against Barca.
Yeah, exactly. But his whole period there wasn't like he lit it up. Otherwise, they would have taken him permanently. Then he goes back to Barca, and again, not great. So, but I think that the whole reason that Villa is the Gerrard effect. There's no way he goes there if Dean Smith was still there, or no disrespect any other manager.
Yeah, no, it's true. Let us know in the comments what you think that one's going to be. I'm going for a draw.
I'll go
if
for a draw.
I'm honest.
Yeah.
The next game does have significance on it. Everton obviously fighting for their lives. They're at home to Brentford. These home games for Everton, as we have always said in this run-in, these are the ones that they have to be winning. And they would have liked to have played Brentford at home at this point. They've won their last 4 home league games against Brentford, beat them in 4-1 in the FA Cup this season as well. But Brentford won the reverse fixture against Everton in November. But Everton have lost 6 of the last 9 games. Home games against promoted sides. Oof. That is unbelievable. As many as they had done in their previous 50 games. So, if Everton don't win this, they're back in the trouble. But if they do win this, they're safe. Is that safe to say?
I would say so. And I think Everton get that done because of that reason. Brentford on the road, bit more of a question mark than Brentford at home. Yeah. They're quite strong at home. They're playing good football at home. They've had a really good season in its entirety. Had some tough moments, but they came to Old Trafford. For our last home game, we beat them very easily.
Yeah.
And I just feel that Everton, with what they know is at stake, and you think about their performances at Goodison Park as well, they've actually been all right. Even when they haven't got the right result, the intensity's been there and the application. They ride their luck a little bit, yes, but look, they beat Chelsea there. They beat us there. They should have got something out of the Man City game, you would argue. They were at it. They won against...
Should have got at least a penalty.
At least a penalty.
I mean, if City win the league by 1 point...
Well, you can look at that. 100%. I know you're not going to forget about that. I think they won against Newcastle in the last second, didn't they? Or the last, with only 10 men, I think, or whatever happened there. But I know they got it done. So they've showed fight at there. And, what better to be on the line than safety? Because and obviously it might not. I don't think it'd be mathematical, but I just think with the momentum and how Leeds are playing, you just know we'll get to Leeds in a minute. But I just feel like that would do it for them. That would do it, and that's why I think they'll beat Brentford.
2-1.
Yeah, I think they'll concede.
They don't score a lot of goals.
Yeah,
and they do concede.
yeah, I'll say 2-1 Brentford.
I'm going to go 2-1 Everton as well. Even though I have to say I do want them to go down.
Is there anything in you? Because I saw Carragher saying he doesn't want that. He wants, want to see the derby and stuff.
I held that opinion until we played them at Anfield a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and you robbed them of a penalty and stuff.
No. And I was walking to get my ticket off my cousin, bro, and big blue billows of flares coming around the corner. I'm like, hang on, step back. I'm not even going to go into it, but I saw some mad shit, heard some mad shit what they were singing. Okay. With my own eyes, I saw a couple. You know.
Yeah.
I saw a couple man with.
Yeah.
So
all right, okay.
For that reason, and they smashed up the toilets, they smashed up the away end and all that stuff. So yeah, send them down for a season. Why not? All right. Big up to Everton though, obviously. Leeds at home to Brighton. Now I've actually predicted a Brighton win here purely because of Leeds' free fall. They've lost 8 of the last 10 league meetings with Brighton. Can you believe that? Brighton have beaten Leeds 8 times in the last 10 games. They've also failed to score on 8 separate occasions. Some of these stats today are unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, mad stats.
They've only lost their final home game leads in one of 18 top-flight campaigns against Spurs in '96. So traditionally, last game of the season at home, you like to bring your kid out, do a little lap of honour, wave, if you're leaving, say, come and see you next season. That ain't happening at Ellen Road tomorrow, even if they do win.
Yeah. I think Leeds are in massive
trouble, bro.
Massive trouble, yeah. Brighton slapped us silly last game, 4-0, battered us. Confidence. You look at the wins the week before that, they battered Wolves 3-0, easy. Man. Beat up Arsenal and Spurs in the same week away. Like, Brighton are on job. I know they can always, throw a spanner in the works, and sometimes the performance level can drop like any team, but I fancy Brighton for this. Leeds, they're just, you know what? It's weird because when I saw them under Jesse Marsh initially, I thought he was doing all right. I thought they wasn't as open or as expansive as they were with Bielsa. They got some good results under him. First off, winning, they won against Norwich, I think, in the last minute. They won against Wolves in the last minute from 2-0 down at half time. They managed to come back and win. They got a 0-0 at home against someone else. They started to build a little bit of momentum. Then it started slipping, and they kept losing too many games, and that's why they're in this position.
One stage, not too recently ago, they won 3 in a row, and then it's like you say, a free fall. But Ariel says, "Don't rule out Leeds. You never know what can happen." Sule says Leeds will win. That clip of the woman who kept the ball when Leeds needed a goal. That just
Rafinha
was pissed off.
Of course, idiot. That just sums up the fans. No, that's a bit harsh.
Surely another ball should be thrown on though.
Of course, but you just got to look at Marcus Alonso just standing there, just laughing at her. What are you doing? Yeah. You're losing the game.
I'd just be going.
She's like, "It's mine. What are you doing?"
Yeah, she's like, "Get off, it's mine."
Like, what are you?
It was embarrassing. I can't lie. Rizwan says no best of enemies. No, trust me, there was, and it was explosive, and it's out later on. Don't worry about that.
Don't want to miss that.
Haaland himself says, we know Leeds are going back down. Need more rage, says #holding out.
Good, let them go down.
Obviously an angry Arsenal fan there. There's a question for you in here as well, Flex, from Boo, who says, what are the first year targets for Ten Hag at United?
Wow, that's a big question. Depends on the transfer window that we have, but the first thing is to try and imprint.
Let's just say he carries on with the squad you've got.
If he carries on with the squad we've got, you can't
go down.
Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, don't say that. But we just got to take a look at ourselves and be really, really brutally honest. Forget looking at yourselves. Forget looking at Chelsea. Forget looking at Man City and when are we next going to win the title. Don't talk about that. Just focus on looking like a team first. That's the bare minimum.
Yep, some really interesting comments here. 20 mil for Coutinho, that is mad, says AGS.
Is it a bargain? Is that a bargain for Coutinho?
Well, Cairo says we finesse Barca. It's not necessarily about the price because we know how good he is.
That's what I'm saying. So with all that's gone on, is that good business for Villa? 20 M's for
amazing,
Coutinho.
Bro. Amazing. Okay. But I'm just looking at Barca thinking you have just blown 120 million.
But I feel like then once you've done
plus the wages,
you've got to cut your losses. You just have to take the hit. They're in financial crisis. They're now rebuilding well. They just got.
It's like when you got rid of Sanchez, even though it was a loan. You're like,
time's lost loads of money.
Cut.
It's like half of our signings now. Wan-Bissaka, we bought him for 50 million. Crystal Palace want him back. If we have to sell him back for 20 million, we have to do it.
Do you reckon that could happen?
Of course it can. course he can. Whenever.
Because I was hearing him in Trent debates, not even that
Who
long
did that?
ago, bro.
Whoa, I've not heard that.
There?
Nah, I know the things
Was
gassed up online.
11s
Listen,
with AWB over
bro, I know the things gassed up online. I've never heard anyone say AWB over Trent.
I'm sure like 2019 there was a few shouts for it, but anyway, we'll find them. Next game, Watford versus Leicester. Watford fans, do you think they've got a right to be annoyed by the fact that Roy Hodgson didn't go over and clap them at the last game against Palace?
Absolutely.
Away? And he said it was too far to walk, but he was clapping all the Palace fans and they were singing, Roy Hodgson, he's one of our own.
He's an idiot. 100%. Like,
he's an elderly man though. Can't call him an idiot.
No, well, he's an idiot for not doing that.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, like, have some respect. Like, you've taken that job, okay? You failed, the club's failed, the squad's failed. Cool, they've gone down. At least have the decency to. Don't get me wrong, you're back at your old place, but that doesn't matter. Because he's an old man, he should know better.
Yeah, do
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the respect. But listen, he's playing at home against Leicester. What kind of reception will he get there? Last ever home game. Probably, I could say, as a Premier League manager, he'll ever have.
Well, yeah. He should he's got to go and just let Roy go and Roy just go and just go. Yeah, man.
Get out to like Lake Como or something and just chill.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of reception he's going to get? I think the Watford fans will do right by their team.
They've lost 11 in a row at home.
Yeah,
though.
and they got a 0-0 draw last game, they played a much different team. Imagine that. It's crazy, isn't it? Against Everton.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought that.
No, man.
You would have thought that Everton would have gone there, got their 3 points, solidified that. You know, this just shows you when there's nothing to play for and the pressure's off, and you play some of the kids, you play some people making debuts and stuff like that, you get a little bit of a reaction.
And Leicester as well.
Yeah, so do you know what? This is actually a weird game. I don't think Leicester will smash Watford because the pressure's off Watford. They've now got their new manager in place. The fans got something to hopefully get their teeth into, and hopefully their club can change. Their club's got to change the structure. How the high turnover managers can't happen.
One clean sheet in 24 for Leicester as well. A 2-0 win against Burnley in March. Unbelievable how they've slid down that table as well.
So yeah.
But I am going to go with a narrow Leicester win, though. I will say that. Just purely because of the Watford home record is, I mean, sensational is not even...
I'm just going to say Watford are going to win. Just because...
Why not?
Just because why not? Yeah, they got rid of Hodgson. They can smile. You know what I mean? They got a draw in the last game, which they probably didn't expect because they've been losing games left, right and centre at the Vic. And I just think they will.
Fair play. Big up to Todd Miller, obviously a Chelsea fan with the super chat. When Chelsea win, Real Madrid win and City win the league, will this be a disappointment for the Liverbirds? Well, let me tell you this, Todd.
Let me tell you this.
When you give up your reigning Championship of Europe title, will that be a disappointment to you to go out in the quarterfinals? And also, when we beat the team that knocked you out in the quarterfinals and also beat you in the FA Cup, and we've already beaten you in the Carabao Cup. So if you look at it like that, is that a disappointment, Todd? You tell me, mate. Thanks for the super chat, though. Big up.
Big up, Todd. That's big man conversation for you two.
Proper stuff, that is. Another beach game. Or is it, though? Wolves versus Norwich. Because Wolves still... No, but they could still...
Oh, yeah, they can get
finish above you.
And they could get Europa, yeah. Yeah, they'll beat Norwich at home.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the stats say that Wolves have never lost a top-flight home against Norwich. They've won 8 and drawn 2, clean sheet in 7 of them. Norwich do not travel well.
They don't.
They
did all right against Leicester, though.
They did all right against Leicester.
They should have scored a couple. They did all right,
Pookie turned up that night.
Yeah.
But Wolves have lost their final home game of the season last year, doing so to 2-1 to United. They've not done so in consecutive campaigns since 1999.
I remember that game,
was there a penalty in that game?
What, when we probably, but I do remember Langer scoring.
There you go.
And we played like the kids.
I do remember that game.
Because we had the Europa League final to look forward to.
Wolves, how did that one go? Wolves have lost 9 Premier League games home this season, only twice. Do you know what? For a team as well that relies so much on their home form, you can't be losing 9 games. But they're still in contention.
Yeah, because that area it just shows that area of the table is
Yeah.
just shocking, isn't it? There's no consistency.
No, listen, I'm going to go for a slim Wolves win. Not too much. I don't want to get them too gassed up for the last day of the season.
Yeah.
When we could potentially
win
the
points? What's the table, Ryan? I know Ryan can put it up there quick.
Yeah, Ryan will get it
Because I'm looking at Man United, yeah. Because because we're not going to... We'll get to Man United in a bit, but we won't beat Palace. No chance.
Really?
No chance.
So
if we don't, how many have they... So Wolves have got 30...
Nah, Wolves can't.
So they've got 2
you.
more games left, Wolves.
Yeah. But even still, they can't catch
you. What are we
you.
on? 58?
They can't catch you.
And they're on... All right, they can't catch. So it's
your
West
worst
Ham.
would be 7th now.
That's conference.
And your best would be What, 5th?
No, we can't catch Tottenham.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no. Best is 6th. Worst is 7th.
Yeah.
Oof.
And West Ham got a game in hand. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And they've lost 11. United have lost 11 games this season, bro.
Imagine that Arsenal lost more and they're 4th. That's crazy.
But just too many wins. Right, I'm going to go for a Slim Wolves win. The next game is these two shirts to our left. It's West Ham versus Manchester City.
Yeah.
Am I mad for thinking, Flex, that I have a little feeling here that West Ham win this game? Mark Noble's final game for West Ham. They're chasing Europe, as you can see. They want to get into Europa League, not the Conference League. Could we just see a madness happen here? 4:30 Sunday. Who knows?
It's possible. It's always possible. I just feel that I don't think it's going to be an easy game. I'll be surprised if they roll over West Ham like they rolled over Wolves, because that looked on paper like, can you go Wolves, got back to 1-1 as well. I think that could be in there, West Ham scoring. They've got a lot of injuries as well, City. The goal that they conceded against Wolves actually at 1-0 to make it 1-1 was awful defensively.
Too much. The ball just went right across the box and it's a goal.
Awful. And the way they broke as well, they were so open. And obviously they then went on and just turned on the style. But that's the thing with Man City. They can turn on the style even if they're defensively frail. And I just think they'll have a little bit too much for West Ham. I don't think it'll be more narrow than people think, though. But I think City get it done.
I'm gonna go for a draw.
Yeah, in your position, you've got to keep it up. You've got to keep the faith. You've got to think 100%.
And sometimes it's the hope that kills you, but we've still got the hope. And to be honest, it's one of those games where if Manchester City score first, I'm just going to turn it off, bro. The other night I was watching Newcastle. Shout out to Matty Renton, who told me they were going to give them a good fight at the Etihad. Yeah, I switched it on. I was in the pub.
They did in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, and then it was 5-0. All of a sudden, so I sat outside in the pub. Didn't even watch it inside. But yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. More out of hope than anything. But West Ham have won their last Premier League match against the league leaders, defeating Chelsea 3-2 in December. Man City lost their final away league game last season, going down 3-2 at Brighton. They've not done so in consecutive games since 2009. Up the irons. Mark Noble, do it for the boys. They've had a tough time in Frankfurt, as we heard from Nicky. So yeah, I'm going for a draw in that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 3-1 City win.
Okay, interesting. Big up to Scar's Music. Big up Flex. He also says, "Have you got Turkish in your display pic though?" I think that's his display pic is Scars.
Turkish in the DP, yeah.
West Ham getting piped, says AGS. 2-1 West Ham, says Cairo LFC.
But what is it? Even if with the goal difference now, even if they lost, then City play. Who they play at home on the last day of the season?
They play Villa at home.
Beat them.
Yeah,
they beat them. So even if the worst case scenario happened for Man City, which is that they lost,
Southampton do like to lose 9-0 though, and we are playing them on Tuesday.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
At Anfield?
No, at their place. But
okay, that doesn't matter where. That's where they lose.
Exactly. Rather play them there.
Yeah, but I still think even that's what I'm saying. So even if Man City drew, they still go get it done against thing.
But if they draw and we win our two, we won the league.
Yeah, but if they draw,
they
and
still
then
have to win both.
What if they draw? If City draw, then all they have to do is win the last game, no?
That's true.
So they have to mess up twice. You need 2 mess ups, bro. You're 3 points behind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they lose, it's a different story.
If they lose, they still have to win. Yeah. But you need 2 mess ups, and City for me aren't having 2 mess ups. They might have a mare against West Ham where they do it, but then they'll put it right at home. So
right, let's move on because that's starting to get me upset. Newcastle at home to Arsenal. This is a Monday night fixture under the lights at St James's. Newcastle have lost 33 Premier League games against Arsenal, more than any other side in the competition. But Arsenal have won 17 of their last 18 Premier League games against Newcastle.
Good record,
with the exception being in 2018 when Newcastle won 2-1. Newcastle have won their last 7 meetings with Newcastle in all comps without conceding a single goal as well. So it's pretty impressive in terms of the stats. And they've also lost their final away game in just one of the last 11 seasons, Arsenal as well. They have to win. This isn't even a
must win.
They must win. This is don't even bother coming home unless you win this one here.
1,000,000%. They will know as well how important it is already but especially coupled with which is what I predict anyway.
Yeah.
That Spurs beat Burnley. They will go into that game knowing they will go into that game not in fourth.
Yeah.
You know, and it's Newcastle's last home game of the season. You know what the Geordies are like. It's Monday night under the lights.
Yeah.
Away from home.
Dons.
100% topless FC out there. They're going to be going nuts in the stands. And the atmosphere in there is going to be crazy because, you know, Newcastle are going to hopefully, by their rights, you know, go on to big stuff. You know,
what do you make of the announcement today of their new third kit?
Is that definite? Have they got an official announcement
leaked,
on that?
But it's
the white and green one.
Again, we can't comment on it until it's
there and
there.
I saw a lot of outrage about it saying it shouldn't happen and stuff.
Because it's basically, if you didn't know, it's very similar to the Saudi Arabia away kit. Green and white.
I think when you get into bed with owners like that and, you know, are ready to accept what's going to come, they've already made you safe.
Though, that.
But I'm saying there's a chance this can always happen is what I'm saying. It's a bit cheeky, but I look at who's got a kit? Look at Wolves' kit. Wolves' kit. This is literally like Portugal's kit. And
they're buying a load of Portuguese.
Do you know what I mean? So look, I just think it's the third kit, isn't it? Like, I get why some of the passionate fans. I get it. Newcastle fans really, really passionate. But if you want to accept owners from the Far East like that, you got to accept what comes with it. You know, if they're going to give you all this multi-million power, are the Newcastle fans going to care if in that kit they've got some top players and they're pushing Europe?
Probably not.
So you just got to look at it like that.
That's how football works.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, or fortunately. But yeah, I'm going to go with the slimmest of Arsenal wins in this one. The slimmest, because they have to.
Yeah.
I feel like if Arsenal had wrapped up fourth in the
not
last
there
game,
though, bro. Gabriel's not looking good.
Ben White will come back in.
Out.
Who's going to play centre back?
That's what I'm saying.
Tomiyasu's
going to have to go there.
Yeah, probably.
And then you're going to have to Tavares left back and Cedric again right back.
Yeah.
It's tight.
And even he got booked and didn't look great last night as well.
It's tight.
I'm going to go with the slimmest of Arsenal wins in this one.
I'm going to only... I think there's something in this, you know. I think there's something. But I'm just going to stick with my original prediction just because I just want to be right. So my prediction was that Arsenal would lose the North London derby.
Yeah.
I said this a few weeks ago. But would still go on to get fourth spot.
Okay,
but
so you're saying they're going to win it then?
I think they're going to win.
Because if they don't and Spurs win,
it's done.
The table's turned. But yeah, Flex is going for an Arsenal win.
Just.
Arsenal 2-0, says King Babar. I'm an Arsenal fan, says Abdullah, and I think it's going to be 0-0. But if Spurs don't win, I think we'll win. Screw
That's
Arsenal, says
thing,
Ras. Another Trippier free kick, says Callum.
Oh yeah, Trips is back.
He is back, he is. 3-1 Newcastle, says FS City. Newcastle 3-2. 1-0 Newcastle, 0-0 draw. How is generous, says centre-back. He will give us points to Arsenal. There you go. The last game in this match day 37 week is next Tuesday. Southampton, Liverpool. Southampton won this exact fixture 1-0 last season. The Saints winning 3 in a row. The last time they won 3 in a row against us was between March 2004 and 13. So we do need to win this one. Liverpool have won 8 of the last 9 league games against Southampton.
You need to win it.
Well, of course, this goes without saying, but I did say it anyway.
Yeah.
Netting at least twice in each victory. And listen to this one. Southampton's 8 home Premier League wins over Liverpool have been won by 8 different managers. Brentford, Ball, Strachan, do you remember him?
Gordon Strachan, yeah.
Sturrock, Ari Redknapp, Pochettino, Coman, and Hassan Hootel. That's crazy. It's a lot of managers there. But Liverpool won 7 of their 8 midweek Premier League games of the season, with the only one defeat coming to Leicester. We lost 1-0. Yeah. This is the kind of game where I think Liverpool have obviously got the quality to win it.
Yeah.
But we might just get a little bit frustrated, and it might not be as easy as we think.
Alex.
Or will it?
Liverpool.
I'm trying to offer a bit of balance.
Liverpool 4.
Ooh.
Southampton 1. Ward Prowse free kick or Ward Prowse something. That's that. All
he's going to
3-1.
take your boy's free kick record soon.
Yeah, listen. If you take Bex's record, it means you're phenomenal, and he is phenomenal at free kicks. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I have seen something like it in Beckham, but he's incredible.
Best in the league?
Oh,
without question, yeah.
Not even a question.
No,
not even a question.
Not Harry Maguire on free kicks?
Yeah, he can hit him. He can hit.
I'm just thinking about that one goal against Tranmere, man.
Yeah,
that was kind of free kick territory.
That's
Why
Leon
says 3-0 to Liverpool, 4-1 to Liverpool as well.
Comfortable evening
We
for
can't give
Liverpool.
up on the title. We'll have to really do up goal difference. So yeah, that's the thing. You know, Salah as well, with Son on his heels now for the Golden Boot. You know how much Salah wants to win that. He's going to be looking at this, thinking, right, hat trick every game now.
Yeah, I think so. He's obviously they all give it the team and stuff like that, but you know, Liverpool's a team that's challenging all fronts and probably will win something else next.
Yeah,
so,
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully not, but yeah.
Right, guys, the game day preview show. We've gone through the FA Cup final tomorrow and 10 Premier League games happening across the weekend and next week as well. Big up to Flex for joining me on this one.
Man. Big up.
As we've already mentioned, DR Sports, amazing place to be this weekend. We have the FA Cup final tomorrow. We've got Doyle, we've got Robbie and Matisse. The last time Matisse was doing a final, he was behind the couch. Quick one just before we go, because I don't want to leave you that early. Quick one just before we go. I'm going to ask you, Flex, and we'll rattle through these, right? Who's going down? Let's say the Watford and Norwich are down. Give me one team.
It's
Who's going
Leeds.
down?
Leeds, yeah.
Leeds are down.
Yeah, I think Burnley stay up. Just even if they don't win another game, I just think Leeds will just keep losing. Yeah, I think it stays as it is because Leeds are in the bottom three, innit? They're the yeah. So yeah, it'll stay as it is.
Leeds to go down. Who gets the top four?
Arsenal.
Arsenal
I'm
get
gonna
it.
stick with that. Yeah,
I'll go with Arsenal.
Ever so tight. But they've got to compose themselves. If they don't, it's on them, mate.
They've still won 4 in 5, Arsenal. Let's not forget. Blip last night, but four wins before that.
But this is like clutch now, though.
Yeah.
Like, right, record's the record, but you've gonna have an awful time in the North London derby. Can you pick yourself up? Because really, like I saw what Robbie said on their channel when I was watching their reactions to it. He said, like, if we go and win our next game, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
It
hurt your pride a little bit on the day. But if Arsenal walk out of there with a top 4 place and Spurs don't, that's much more damaging to Spurs.
Yeah.
Because Conte, with no Champions League football there,
he won't be there, maybe.
It changes the complexity of it completely.
And winning the league?
City.
So you've gone for Leeds, Arsenal and City to go down top 4 and win the league in that order.
What about you? Do you think you're going to win the league? I know obviously you got your heart and all that, but just say what you really feel. You don't think you're going to do it?
But I still have to hope.
Of course.
Because I know that. Yeah, do you know how difficult this position is? Like, I know that we're not going to win it, but what am I going to do? Stop? No, because you never know. But oh man, it's a good headache to have.
Also, have you seen?
Got the other two
just quickly,
finals.
have you seen City's Tony Cruz statue?
Bro, it looks just like Tony Cruz.
Pathetic.
93-20 and all that.
How are they going to do Aguero like that? Aguero was there looking at it as well.
It's not the best material to make a statue out of. It
yeah,
looks like
it's just all holy in that. Listen, I know there's loads of, what was the shirts for the green thing? You and Spurs were doing it when Nike would campaign with the shirts. The green recycle, zero emissions or whatever. Zero emission shirts, even as cars, but you know what I mean? Like, they've tried to do that with the statue.
Recycled and that. Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
It's not really
there
worked.
You go,
Let us know in the comments.
We got the Tony
fans.
Cruz statue.
Let us know what you think of that statue. It looks more of an art project to me. Like A-level business.
And it looks like Aguero's flying a kite. It don't look like his shirt's off.
Yeah. Anyway, mad. There's some dodgy statues out there.
Yeah, the Ronaldo one was awful.
We've all seen that
one.
one. Have you seen the documentary about that, though? It's really sad, actually. The guy who was commissioned to make that was really proud of it and then put it out there, and he was so depressed for months.
Don't say.
Because everyone's saying, your thing's shit, bro. And then he had to do it again. He did it again, and then it was good that time. But he was like quite proud of the first one.
Oh, I thought he was going to say he done something, like he hurt himself or something because...
No, he was sad, bro. In the documentary,
it
was shit.
Come on, mate. It's an icon from Ronaldo. You can't be having that.
You can't mess
Don't even know who it looked like, but it weren't Ronaldo.
It was looking like Xhaka.
Oh, yeah. I think I was gonna say that, yeah.
But right, there we go. The game day preview is finally over. Myself and Flex, the Cop TV, loads of content to come from us tomorrow at Wembley, on the stage at Box Park as well. And then United View, there's always great stuff, according to United fans, going on there as well. And don't forget the watch along tomorrow on DR to kick us off for the FA Cup final. And then, of course, we've got the Sunday football show as well, too. So DR is the place to be this weekend. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.